Hi, my name is Desiree, and this is Project 4, Week 4 with Scalable Data Infrastructures. What went well for me was completing the assignment using the modular pattern. My outputs were coming out correctly with little errors, so that was really good for me. I was very excited that I didn't have too many problems with that. What went not so well, really, my goal was to complete all 12 functions, but I wasn't able to complete all 12 because some were a little bit more difficult than others and took up a little bit more time than I expected. So I just stuck with the 6 functions I had already completed, which you'll see towards the end in my JavaScript file. Does this relate to anything that I'm currently doing in my life? My job? No, not currently. I am attending school. I do plan on starting my own business, but the knowledge that I gain, I plan to use in the future for projects within my own business as well as side projects for clients. For example, creating apps, websites, etc. Aha moments. I would say, aha, I finally understood the regex. The regex is the regular expression. It's a string that provides a search pattern using letters, characters, numbers. It's a little intimidating at first, but I used a cheat sheet that breaks down almost every part of the regular expression. So I'll show you that towards the end as well. But I was able to master that successfully. I did not reach out to any students this class. I decided to really focus on this assignment alone, just because it takes a little more time to follow up with someone else rather than just finding the answer yourself. Although it's great to work side by side, I just decided to choose a different route this time around. Learning to write code taught me just that. I did explore other code languages as I worked on this project, but learning code does help you develop better habits. For example, managing your time and paying close attention to detail. So if I learned anything, it just would be learning to control those bad habits that I did have, where I wouldn't pay attention to the littlest things, and that's what would throw off my entire assignment. But overall, this class wasn't as challenging the second time around. And of course, practice does make perfect. And then also, I will go ahead and get into my assignment and show you my code as well as my flowchart and how I implemented the module pattern within that, as well as the JS file. So I'll go ahead and start scrolling down here. Here is my JavaScript file. I started here. I used the modular pattern, so I started with an overall function that later I broke down using dot syntax within my outputs. I used 3 string functions and 3 number functions. I didn't use the arrays. Again, I had trouble with that, but I do plan on going back. I really want to figure those things out. It probably is going to be very useful within the future. But here I'll scroll down and I'll show you my different functions, so you can take a look at that. And then we'll go ahead and go over here to the flowchart. I implemented the module pattern within the flowchart just so I can, it just made sense to match that up with my code. So I had one complete flowchart for all of my functions, and then the returns, the start and finish, and then I went down and separated them into their own flowcharts, which you see here. I have flowchart 1 through 6. So they're pretty basic, pretty simple, not a lot of elements, but it did take a little bit of time to complete that. And then we'll go here and I'll show you my outputs, and everything outputted correctly. It looks good, and I didn't have too much trouble with this assignment. So good luck everyone in your next class, and I hope you did